Hello and welcome to Lesson 8 of Web Design and Development for Higher Computing Science. Today we're looking at Descendant selectors. In this website you may notice there are some things that are identical. This main area text is a big heading and it looks identical to this grouping and descendant selectors demo text. That's because they are identical. They are both H1 elements, so H1 and H1. In the CSS, we have H1, which sets the font family and the font size, and we used grouping selectors to set the color. But what if I wanted to select a different color and a different size for these different elements? In a different website, we learned how to use IDs so that we could style the ID element. So the ID of heading got different styles, and this works. But the problem with this is that HTML should be for the structure of your content. It should not be for styling. So if your H1, or if any element doesn't need a heading, it shouldn't have a heading. So how do we style this element differently to another element which uses the same tag, H1? That's where descendant selectors come in. We can see that this H1 for the main area is within the main tag. This main tag contains all of these elements. These elements that are within the main tag are known as children or descendants of the main tag. This H1 that says grouping and descendant selectors demo is a child of the header element. It is inside the header, so it is a descendant of the header. Now let's say we want to keep this heading the same, but we want to change the main area heading to be smaller and to be red in color. Well, we can select it by saying I want to select the main H1, not the header H1. So let's go to styles. You can see that we're setting the color of all H1s with this color, and we're setting the font family and font size of all H1s using this rule here. We can add another one where we set all main H1s. Whoops. And notice we just use a space. We don't use a comma, we don't use any symbol, just a space, and that says that any H1 that is inside a main tag should get the following styles applied. So let's add a color of red and a font size of, let's make it 22 points. There we go. Save this, run this, boom, perfect. Now this works with multiple descendancies, if that makes any sense. You'll see here we've got an unordered list, but further down we've got another unordered list. They do have different styles, and the reason they have different styles is because it's not the list item that has been styled. This is the A tag. See that these are links that I'm hovering over. The A tag has a style. But let's say I wanted to change all list items to have a font size of, let's make them also 22 point, and they want to have a color, color of, let's make those red as well. If I save this, you'll see that they now have the same sizes and same colors. But there's a problem with this. If I only wanted unordered lists to be red and to be 22 points, how do I select that? Well, I could say unordered lists, but the problem with this is that these are both unordered lists. So the unordered lists both get the styles. The ordered list is now no longer styled, the 1, 2, 3, 1. So how do I specify that it's only the unordered list that is in the main area? Well, I just add another level of descendancy. I say that the main unordered list items will receive these styles. So I save this, refresh, and there we have it. The nav unordered list is no longer styled like the main unordered list. Beautiful. So there you have it. Descendant selectors. You just use spaces to show that this element is a descendant of another. It allows you to specify with much more accuracy exactly what it is that you want to style. I hope you've enjoyed this one. I'll see you in the next one.